Greetings, CBC. Welcome to this week's Sunday warm-up. It's been a while since I've reminded us of why I put these videos out, so let me do that real quickly. These videos are for the intended purpose to help prepare those of us that will be tuning in on Sunday morning. So whether you're here in person on Sunday morning, online with us on Sunday morning, I want to put these together, these warm-up videos, to help prepare us for what we will be studying together. Too often, we as Christians will come in, listen to a sermon, then leave and evaluate it based on if we liked it or not, or we say silly things like, I didn't get anything out of that, without really fully being honest about, I didn't put a whole lot into it. I was distracted in listening and I didn't spend any time with it afterwards. So I want to help prepare us to make sure that we never say silly kinds of things like I didn't get anything out of that. We want to say, maybe I didn't connect with it, but I got so much out of it because of the work that I put into it, because of the time spent in preparation. So I want to give you the passages that we will be looking at on Sunday morning. I want to continue to encourage and to remind us to be in prayer leading up to Sunday. I want to encourage us to do little things like get crazy, go to bed a little early, get up a little early, come to church early, listen to the band warming up, be in prayer in the sanctuary, join one of the prayer groups that meet before either of the services so that I can do everything I can to be in preparation. Get a copy of the note sheets, bring a Bible, bring a notebook, take notes, and put questions down, thoughts down, so that then when we leave, we still have some more work to do. I want to go back through and read again. I want to pray about the things that I heard in the Word, things that the Spirit of God was moving within my heart. There's a lot of work to be done pre, during, and post sermon, rather than just coming in cold and listening. So please be mindful of that, and let's do the hard, diligent work to get the most out of the sermon time. So let me give you the notes for what's coming up this week, and then at the end of it, I want to remind you of the Sunday evening workshop topics that will be coming up, and invite you to attend those. So this week we will finish up our series in the book of Revelation. This will be 4 months that we've been in this together. I hope, as I've been saying, that this just kind of begins the journey for us. We continue to go deeper. We continue to read, continue to study, continue to come back to these notes, to these words, to these chapters. Remember, there's a blessing for those who read the words of the prophecy of this book. So this week we're going to look at Revelation chapters 21 through 22. And we're going to try to walk through this and capture as much as we can. There's quite a bit before us here, but we want to capture as much as we can from chapters 21 to 22. The focus is going to be around that theme of all things being made new. And we're going to look at some bullet points that come from chapter 21, verse 1 through chapter 22, verse 5. So as you may be reading and preparing, look at chapter 21, verse 1 through chapter 22, verse 5, and look for all the different things that are described of how all things will be made new. We will really focus in on a couple of parts. The dwelling with God, where we dwell with God. God dwells with his people. That dwelling, that is tabernacle. And so we want to highlight again on these fall feasts, the Feast of Tabernacles, the third of the fall feast. Leviticus chapter 23, verses 33 to 44 will remind of the Feast of Tabernacles. Also in that section, we want to take a look at John chapter 1, verse 14, about the dwelling with God. Also, we're going to look, we see the word conquer again, those who conquer. The part of the all things made new are those who conquer. And so we'll come back to that again, that theme of conquer, nikao, overcome. Take a look again at what we saw last week in Revelation chapter 5, verses 5 to 10. Also, John chapter 1, verse 29. 1 Corinthians 6, verses 9 to 11. And Colossians chapter 2, verses 13 to 15. And then as we wrap up the message or the last point will come out of Revelation 22, verses 6 to 21. With a theme or a heading, one of those last phrases we see in that chapter and in the book as a whole is "Come, Lord Jesus." And so we want to spend our final moments in the sermon this week looking at some of the things that are described of promises and warnings from Revelation 22, 6 to 21. And then as we finish up this Sunday, it's the last Sunday of the month, and so I wanted to shift it for the next few months because it just seems to fit very well with some of the themes of the sermons the last few months. So we're going to have communion this Sunday. Communion will be the last Sunday of the month for September, October, and November. So that's everything for this week, and again, encourage you to be diligent about preparation for Sunday morning. I want to remind you of the Sunday night workshops. So the last 2 Sundays, there's no men or women in the Word meeting on Sunday evenings. We have a little pause there, but then for October, we're going to have all men and women in the Word together, and this is an invite for all. I'm not going to have any sign-up sheets for this. I'm getting a little tired of the sign-up sheets and figuring that stuff out. Just show up. You're invited, and these are Sunday night workshops, 6 to 7:30 on Sunday evenings. The October the 1st will be visitation ministry, talking about doing, how to come alongside people, how to visit within homes, hospitals. Again, if it's not something you want to do as a part of the church, but you've got family, friends, loved ones, and sometimes maybe feel a little uncomfortable about visiting when people are going through some stuff, we're going to talk about those things. October the 8th will be a workshop on how to study the Bible study methods, things that will help us get into the Word and try to go deeper into our time of Bible study. October the 15th is a class on church membership. So if you're interested in being a member of the church, that's October the 15th. Again, as I said, Sunday. If you're a member of the church and you've ever found yourself saying, I don't know what goes on here, I don't know how this works, I don't know how that works, come again and be refreshed on those things and be reminded and bring those questions. October the 22nd, we're going to look at the atonement, and October the 29th will be a movie night looking at the movie on the life of Martin Luther. That's it for now. I will see you Sunday. I pray. Let's be in prayer for one another this week, and definitely be in preparation for our time together on Sunday morning. God bless you. Have a wonderful week.